The narrow way, returning to reverent worship. Enter through the narrow gate, for wide is the gate, and broad is the road that leads to destruction, and many enter through it. Matthew chapter 7 verse 13. In today's world, it's not hard to see how worship has shifted. What was once sacred has slowly been repackaged into something that entertains rather than convicts. The atmosphere in many churches today, filled with lights, stage presence, and carefully crafted emotional highs, often feels more like a concert than a house of prayer. We must pause and ask, is this the narrow way Jesus spoke about? Or have we, perhaps unknowingly, wandered onto the wide path that leads to destruction? Jesus never entertained. He taught hard truths, healed the broken, and confronted hypocrisy. His presence was enough to change lives. He didn't need mood lighting or catchy rhythms. He needed only an open heart willing to listen. Yet now, many young people are being drawn not to Jesus himself, but to the performance built around his name. They may leave a service feeling moved, but not necessarily changed, stirred, but not surrendered. Many don't even realize that Jesus has already saved them, that his finished work on the cross is complete, lacking nothing. Instead, they are drawn into a system that tells them they must belong to a movement or feel a certain way to be accepted. The truth Jesus preached has been quietly replaced by emotionalism and the still, small voice of the Spirit drowned out by amplified sound. But Jesus calls us back, not to a show, but to a life of quiet devotion, deep reflection, and Spirit-led worship. This is the heart behind the Spirit-led Sabbath gathering, to create space for reverence, not performance, to hear the word, not reinterpreted, to kneel in prayer, not to be entertained, to reflect personally, not argue publicly. Each voice matters, not because it is loud, but because the Spirit speaks through willing hearts. There is beauty in simplicity. There is power in silence. And there is truth in the narrow way. If you've grown tired of the noise and long for a return to the purity of Jesus' example, come, not to be impressed, but to be transformed. Worship together or worship with us, Spirit-led Sabbath gathering. Every Saturday at 10:30 a.m., wherever your location is, just gather together with your group and worship the true God, and in spirit and in truth. You will be guided that the Holy Spirit will lead you to all truth.